Hey, 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 Hope's Angels, welcome to our May edition of our unit-wide call. I know many of you will be watching this via recording and some of you will be online, but I just want you to know that my goal through these calls is to be quick, fast, informative, fun, and inspiring. And so I really pray that that is what they will be for you, to save you time, to create greater results for you from your business. And so that is my whole goal. First of all, I know so many of you guys are asking, who won the purse? Who won the wallet? Well, we didn't hit our minimum goal of 17,000 wholesale to get that done. We fell 5,500 short. But because that bag and that wallet are so slamming, we are going to reintroduce it in May as an option. And I would love for someone to win that, you guys. It is absolutely breathtaking. And you will be getting an email with what the goal is, because instead of 17 for April, it is going to be 18,000 for the month of May. And with all the new products launching and it just being an incredible time of year for so many reasons, that is what the goal is for May. Plus, quite honestly, we have to play a little catch-up ball because we are behind. And so that is what we're going to be doing. And so I'm very, very excited about that. So you'll look on our Helms Angels Facebook page, on our Voxer group, the email that I have sent out. Oops, somebody's got a bunch of noise. So I'm going to mute everybody. Yes. Okay. Sorry, just needed to mute so that everybody could hear. And so watch your emails. There's plenty of stuff there for you. Videos on the mascara, all kinds of new things. And so be sure to check that out. I also wanted to tell you about something I'm very, very excited about that starts this month in May, and it's called Champions Mindset. And it will be on Saturday mornings at, let me check my notes, at 8 a.m. Central Time. And it will be all around what Deb Erickson would call the inner game. What is it that when we know the physical skills, what holds us back from having the results that we want? And it's going to be topical in nature. And so if you send me an email or a text and tell me something specifically that is tripping you up, if I'm getting a lot of that in the coaching calls that I do and in emails, then that might be the very topic for the next week. And it will be on Zoom. You'll be able to ask questions. My goal is for that call to be no more than 30 minutes so that everybody can be out the door to hold appointments and that kind of thing on a Saturday morning. And if you don't have an appointment early Saturday morning, feel free to show up in your pajamas and no makeup. That is totally, absolutely fine. But I'm very, very excited about that. And then in June, we're going to be starting a foundations call. And it's kind of a back to basics designed for new consultants and designed for maybe consultants that just feel like they need a little bit of a refresher on basic skills. And so just watch for more information on that. But remember, this coming Saturday at 8 a.m. will be the first call, and they will be live, or if I am traveling on an airplane, I may have a guest speaker. Or I may have a recording for you, but you can absolutely count on me to give you my best every Saturday morning in one form or fashion. I also have to tell you, I am so excited for Mary Beth Backus. She worked until the last minute, I mean, literally the last minute, and she is a brand new DIQ in Susan Graham's unit. So we are so, so excited for her. She has been building her skill and building her confidence and creating a schedule with the rest of life that allows her to work and keep the main thing the main thing. And so Mary Beth, high five, girlfriend. I am so, so excited for you. Also wanted to remind everybody that seminar registration is open, and oh my gosh, ask anyone who's ever been to seminar and you will see why many of us would never even think about missing seminar. And congratulations to Melissa Stroop and Laurie Anderson and myself. We're all three already registered. Our hotel is the Hilton Garden Inn Market Center. And so very, very much looking forward to that. It's kind of a suite type hotel. The Embassy, where we've always stayed, is not an option this year, so boo hiss. But the Hilton Garden Inn is like literally across the street from the Embassy Suites that we normally stay at, so it'll be great. So if you've never been to seminar, I would just encourage you, give yourself the gift of seminar one time. And if you do not see the financial benefit in how much money you make from your business following seminar, if you don't see an increase in your confidence and an increase in your motivation, I will never ask you to go again. I just know that those big company events allow us to think outside the box that is called our mind to what is really possible rather than what we thought was possible. So really, really, really seminar. Okay. The product I wanted to talk to you about today is the mascara, the new Intense Mascara. OMG, you guys. One of the consultants in Michelle Stewart-Ball's unit pre-sold 54 of those, and that was the last that I heard. Someone else pre-sold 28 of those. I ordered 25 on the first round, and we blew the company out of the water, you guys. We sold $4 million of that mascara in one day. OMG, that is incredible. And that mascara is great for so many reasons. I would encourage you to go back, do a search for the emails that I've sent you over the last week and a half. There's a great video in there about the mascara with all the information. But two of the really big things about the mascara is A, there are no fibers in the mascara, and that's something that a lot of people have a problem with or a sensitivity to. The other thing that I think is amazing is our company invested time and resources, for 5 years just developing the brush. Oh my gosh, you guys, that is how incredible it is. And you hold the wand one way to get the shorter lashes to create the width, and then you turn the wand and put your fingers on a different part of the handle to create the length. Y'all, on an appointment I had the beginning of last week, my client thought I had false eyelashes on, and I have a thyroid condition, so I don't have many lashes. And for someone to think I had fake eyelashes on, I could have walked on water when I left her house. It is that good. And of course, if you're on social media at all, you have been seeing pictures like crazy of that mascara. So it is just crazy, crazy good. It is on back order, but if your order goes in, you will get your order before someone who places it later. So you definitely want to get on the stick on that. Also, one of the other questions that I've got is, Jeannie, well, I have to wear waterproof mascara. I have allergies or my eyes water. Well, here is what I have found works really well, because I too have allergies, is I do my Diva lashes with that new Intense Mascara. And then the last thing I do is I come back from the base of the lash with my waterproof, and I put the last coat on the underneath side with waterproof mascara. And that has taken care of the issue for me, because it is not, our new mascara is not waterproof, it is water resistant. And so by adding that coat of waterproof, if that's a product that you need, is a simple win, so you don't have to sacrifice those incredible lashes. Also wanted to give you a heads up that the concealers and the highlighters, if you weren't aware, are going to be going away. So this is when you want to move those products, offer them on special, give them as free gifts to your hostesses at the beginning of the party as your just little thank you gift, not as your hostess credit. And stay tuned, because the new products, Mary Kay never changes anything unless they can make it better and help create more success for us. And so I will tell you, the new under eye corrector has replaced 2 different products that I was using for under eye circles, the darkness. Amazing. Absolutely love that. So just wanted to give you a heads up on that. Also wanted to tell you about our May goals. Our goal, because we're playing catch up, is 18,010 new, and we're going to roll that gorgeous Michael Kors bag and wallet over into May, because y'all, you want that. Oh my gosh. And if for some weird reason nobody wins it in May, I'm going to let myself have it. And so definitely do that. And I wanted to share with you what I am personally doing, because I get a lot of questions on this, like, Jeannie, how do you figure out a strategy for the month? Well, one of the things I did last week, because last week was one of those weeks that life happened. I had surgery on my foot. My oldest daughter had a major gallbladder attack and had unplanned emergency surgery. Dick got hit by a tow truck in my Cadillac. And if you've ever been in an accident, you know all the squillions of phone calls that involves. It was just a crazy week. But you know, y'all, sometimes life is like that. And I'm going to read our closing inspiration about emotional maturity and how that came into play for me this last week. But I wanted to share with you my personal goal in the month of May is to sell $4,000 retail. Now, and I'll show you my sheet. This is what my sheet looks like, okay, so that you can kind of see. And I am traveling 9 days, and Monday, one of the Mondays is Memorial Day, which really is not a problem unless it's a problem in your mind, because a lot of people, that is a day off for them, and that's exactly the time they would love to get together and do a party or a facial, because it's an unexpected, well, not unexpected, but it's a gift of additional time. And so here are some of my strategies of how I'm going to do that. First of all, I know that I need to sell $191 per day that I am not traveling, okay? So I took the travel days completely out of the month. So 30 minus 9 is 21. So during those 21 days, I need to sell $191 a day. Now, because I am my own boss, I like to have time off. And so I know that there are going to be 4 days in there that are completely off. Because the way my brain works, I do better if I have a complete day where I'm not thinking about my business at all. That's just me. Some people can take a half a day and take 2 or 3 of those. That is not me. I need like the whole day turned off from my business. That just works really good for me. And so some of the strategies that I have in place are ones that create huge returns, like multiples of thousands of dollars in a 2 or 3 day period, and that will compensate for some of those days off. So here are some of my strategies. First of all, having guests at Girls Night Out. And I have here on the list the 4 meetings that we have in the month of May here locally, exactly what the topic is, so that I've got it right there at a glance. So when I'm doing my phone calls, my customer service calls, my booking calls, that Girls Night Out guest event is a viable guest option. They can buy product, they can book appointments, they can get excited about the opportunity. And so I have those listed right there on the page. I also have a note that it is Mary Kay's birthday and the Mary Kay Foundation in the month of May, Team Up for Women. And so there is an opportunity there for me to, when I'm talking to someone who won't book at all or won't attend an event, then I can talk to them about giving a percentage of my profit to the charitable foundation in the month of May. Okay, so that's another idea. Making sure I'm building my parties from 4 or 5 to 8 or 10, because y'all, math has never been my strong suit, but I know I will sell more and book more when I have 8 or 10 people at a party versus when I have 3 or 4. And it doesn't take me but a few minutes longer to do that bigger party, to coach the bigger party, that kind of thing. And we've done a lot of education around that. And so there's some great resources on our unit website for you on how to do that. And after you've reviewed that, if you still feel like you need some help on that, please feel free to ask me. I'm also doing a spring open house where they can come and play. If they can't come to a girls' night out, don't want to hold a party, I'm going to invite them to my spring open house. And that way they can see a lot of different things, play in the new product, and it really gives me a chance to be eyeball to eyeball with them, building that connection. Another thing that I'm going to be doing in May, and this is a new idea, I've never done this before, but I'm actually extremely excited, is every person that I talk to that is not a Mary Kay consultant or that does not have a consultant, I'm going to ask her, who do you know that is a single mom? And I'm going to create a list of those single moms, and I'm going to offer her the opportunity to nominate her single mom for a pampering session of that single mom's choice. And of course, there's never a charge for the pampering session, but with Mother's Day coming in the month of May, that is just such a perfect thing to do, because oftentimes single moms don't have the money to do those extra things. Sometimes they do, they're very successful, but just recognizing and appreciating the role she is playing as a single mom, because that is a huge undertaking. And then, of course, Mother's Day. That is on my list of strategies as well. When I'm making those calls, talking about Mother's Day, calling the spouses of my clients about Mother's Day, because I've got an ongoing list of my clients. From every time I hold an appointment with them, I ask them, what is it that you would love to have but you're unwilling to buy for yourself? And I just add it to their list. So I've got a list of what my clients would love to have. If you don't have that list, maybe you might offer gift certificates to the spouses of your clients, or maybe to men that you do business with. Maybe your doctor, your dentist, your veterinarian, your dry cleaner, if it's a guy, offering gift certificates for Mother's Day. So there's lots of things. So that's an example of my actual strategy that I worked out, so that in those 21 days, less 3 to 4 completely off days, that's how I'm going to sell the 4,000. You guys, some of us are fabulous at selling, and quite honestly, we take it for granted. But if you don't have a specific strategy, it's kind of like shooting a shotgun and hoping you hit the target. But when you are strategic and have a specific plan, then you're much more likely to hit the goal. And that's true with team building as well. And of course, team building is a result of being in front of new faces. And so just hope that helps. And if you have questions about that, please let me know. And watch for an email with me for a link if you would like, scratch. You're going to be getting an email, and just like last month, it has a link to what you would like to achieve in the month of May. And last month, I got 10 of those back, and it was so exciting to work with those women actively throughout the month and see the victories that they achieved, hitting the retail goal, hitting the team building goal. Mary Beth was one of those, and she is a brand new DIQ. And so watch for that email and for that link, and take the time to prayerfully think about what it is that you want, if you're willing to do the work for it, if you're willing to be coached for it. Because guys, when we set a goal, especially if it's a goal we've had in the past and we've had the opportunity to miss it multiple times, there is something new that you've got to think. There's a new action that you've got to do. And that does not exist in our own head. That comes about by interacting with people who are objective and outside of us. And so just a high five for each of you who set those goals to me last month, and for all of you who have the opportunity to send it to me this month so that we can work together. Okay, I want to share with you, because I want to be very cognizant of time, an inspiration that comes from Joyce Myers. And I actually searched for this one, and this is a devotional that I've used since 2015. And, I don't know about y'all, but there's times I underline, and then there's times I star in the margins, and then there's times I highlight, and when it's really good, I dog ear, okay? And so I knew what kind of inspiration I wanted for y'all today. And so I was going through my 4 different devotionals that I use and looking for just the right one. And I really believe I found that. And so I want to take you back. And probably the reason this hits me is because of what this last week and this, honestly, the whole last month has been like. And you know what? I bet if you were talking right now, you could probably give me a list too. I was sick for 3 weeks with a severe form of bronchitis that I later found out is one very unique to people who've been on a cruise ship or who have stayed in a hotel. 3 rounds of antibiotics, 3 visits to the doctor, more medicines than you can imagine. And of course, I have a personal friend, Nina, that gave me more than I deserved in great advice, of which I did every single thing she said, and I probably would have still been sick if I had not done that. And so I had 3 weeks of being very sick. My sister came to visit, and I thought I wasn't sick anymore. I got her sick, and she ended in the hospital for 2 days. We were in the emergency room with Dick. My house was not a good place to be. And then my toe surgery, then Shelby's emergency gallbladder surgery and stay in the hospital, Dick getting hit in the pink Cadillac by a tow truck. It was just a crazy month. But here's what I want you to know. Because I have been actively engaged in my business for 28 years, and I've had the opportunity to learn from the best of the best. I mean, I've learned and watched them as they've walked through adversity, the death of children, the death of spouses, serious illness, cancer, chemo, radiation, flooding, tornadoes. I mean, just about anything you can imagine, you guys. I was so blessed to see how a champion handles those kinds of things, how she handles getting to be at the events of her kids, how she handles what she says yes to in her community so that she can keep the main thing. Because you guys, whether it's tragedy and adversity, or if it's good things we say yes to, time invested in one area takes away from every other area. And so we have to choose so wisely. And so I wanted to share this from Joyce Myers. And the scripture that she uses is based on Psalm 94, 12 and 13. And it said, "Blessed is the man who you discipline and instruct, O Lord, and teach out of your law, that you may give him power to keep himself calm in the days of adversity." And she goes on to say, and y'all, my Bible does not read like that. So she and I are obviously working out of different translations. But she says, according to Exodus 13:17, when Pharaoh let the people go, God led them not by the way of the land of the Philistines, although that was closer. There was a shorter route. But God took the Israelites the long, hard way on purpose, because they were not ready for the battles they would face. He continued to work with them during 40 years of wandering, waiting for them to get to the point where they could praise him in their adversity. God will continue dealing with us until we learn how to stay peaceful in the storm. Nothing shows our spiritual maturity more than staying calm when our circumstances are not calm. Stability is a sign of maturity, and the more mature we are, the more God can trust us with his power and his blessings. And so you guys, that is so true. I believe, and this and $1.09 will get you iced tea at McDonald's, like this glass right here. But I firmly believe with all my heart and soul that I know this is exactly where God has called me. And it's not a short-term assignment. Some of y'all may be in Mary Kay just for a short season because there's something here he wants you to have. Some of you know that this is exactly where you're supposed to be. And so it's not that he's not doing his part, but he's patiently waiting for you to put together the pieces, to be willing to say no to certain things, to be willing to work maybe when you're tired, if you have a full-time job also, maybe to be able to be calm in a week or month like I had and still find a way to get done as much as you can possibly do given the circumstances, rather than just blowing it off. Oh, well, I'll just do it next month. And y'all, honestly, as a newer consultant, I did that. So, please know that it is a learned skill. And so I just really want to encourage you, whether you're on the mountaintop right now like Mary Beth is, or maybe you just didn't end the month where you wanted, or maybe for some of y'all, you don't even feel like you got out of the starting gate in the month of April. May is a brand new month. It's a brand new, clear slate opportunity. Look at your schedule. Look at, how many days do you have to work? What could you do in those days that would create the result that you want? Because ladies, when you create the results that you want, by necessity, you have made a difference for other people in how their skin looks and feels, how they feel about themselves, or maybe helping someone because you shared the opportunity with them. They have enough money to pay their bills, or they're funding a vacation this summer. You make a difference for others when you create success in your business. And so I love you to the moon and back. I love this time with you. And for those of you that are watching this on a recording, the reason I schedule it at 11, which I know full well that many of you work, is that I got a lot of feedback. Well, if I know when the call is, I can take my lunch hour that one day of the month at the time when the call is going. And so that is why I chose that. And so it will always be the first Monday of the month, unless that's a holiday. And so guys, I love you. Have a blessed day. And I can't wait to get your goal surveys back as soon as you receive them. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.